Hello.
Hello สวัสดีค่ะ
Hello. How are you today?
I'm fine
No, come on. Hello.
I'm fine
I'm fine. Okay, but I need hello.
Hello
No, it's not low.
sound like you
Hello.
Hello Hello
It's a little bit girly, but okay, that's okay. Questions today?
a buzzer no A B U S E R
Abuser.
abuser abuser
I think it's abuser.
hit
Someone who hurts other people, right?
mean that
Yeah, abuse. That means you abuse. I think.
B U just B U S or
Bus.
if we should put E R
A.
B U S E R
Buzzer.
A B U S
Oh,
E
A B.
A B U S E R
Abuser.
abuser
Okay.
someone who hit other people
It doesn't have to be hit. Abusing other people means doing bad things to them. You could abuse somebody with a knife. You could abuse somebody with your words. If every day you wake up and someone says, "I hate you," "You're ugly," "You're stupid," that's a type of abuse also. You can abuse children, like a teacher in school. If you hit kids if they don't learn, right? I should get a stick for sitting
no
instead of the
not
goldfish.
baby
So that could be abuse. We abuse. If you use something too much, it's abuse. So if you drink a little bit of alcohol, that's okay. Some people think. Some people, if you're religious, some people think that's not okay. But if you drink a lot, we say you're abusing alcohol or you're abusing drugs. Drugs are not considered good, even a small amount, but some drugs are made by companies, so they're okay, right? And you can abuse those drugs if you use them in a way that a doctor does not allow. So for example, many people have trouble now with prescription painkillers.
means
So there's a type of drug, type of pill that's used to stop pain. It's called a painkiller. Do you know what pain is?
pain from everything
Yeah, pain.
headache or
Yeah. Anything that hurts is pain. Painkiller. Killer means stop. So pain
Stop
stopper.
pain.
Yeah. And they're made from some type of opiate or something. I think it's some version of
not
opium or
bad
something.
for body
They are. But anyway, probably bad for your stomach. But anyway, people take them and they get addicted to them.
addicted
They
One-
can't stop. Right? I don't think, I'm not a doctor, but I don't think they get addicted to the drug. They get addicted to the pain being gone. You know, if you have pain in your back all the time, and you take painkillers and the pain's gone, people like that, and they take more and more.
like pill for help people sleeping
Yeah, sure. Yes, that could be the same thing.
because when I used before 1-2 weeks I used just one and after that one more because it couldn't
Yeah,
help.
exactly. So if it
Not
becomes
good.
every day and more, then someone would say you're abusing the medication.
But someone can tell yourself to stop because not good for your body. But for me, I decided to stop to eat.
What do you mean someone could
They
Could
know
tell.
it's bad for themselves,
for them.
their
for
body,
them.
for them. But why they don't stop?
Why don't they stop?
Why don't they stop?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but we could call a doctor maybe and ask them. But if it's something that they need, like many people, they have an injury. They got in a car accident or they got hurt and their body can't repair it. So they always have pain. Like I used to know a guy who worked with me and he got in a surfing accident and his arm was broken and they had to repair it and now he couldn't open his arm like
Muscle
this.
or bone?
The bone. The bone was formed wrong. So now his arm is like this. He can't open it like this.
Still now?
Yeah, forever. And that might cause him pain forever. And so someone might take painkillers to stop the pain so they can continue to work. And then if they keep doing that, then they'll become addicted to it or they won't be able to stop.
If he can't move his hand will get small. No muscle.
No, it's not. In his case, it's just the bone is not the same as it was, so he can't open his arm anymore. But he can go like this. He just can't go like this. But I'm saying maybe he has pain in his elbow because of that, and then maybe, for example, he would take painkillers, and so that he could continue to work.
I saw many people in movies from another country. They like to use puke. or
Puke, pills,
Medicine.
pills.
Pills.
Yeah, we
all
don't
the time.
eat pills like in Thai you say
Take.
gin, but it's not gin. In English, it's take. Yeah,
Take puke.
pills.
Pills.
Puke is
Pills.
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 Yeah, pills.
Pills.
Right.
Is why they everyone American people get hurt too much or headache most.
Oh, you mean why do
Often.
people take medications?
Yes, because in Thailand we take when we sick
When
or
we
get sick or have fever or just less people use for depressed or something.
well, these are many questions. We have to break them up into specific ones. Are you asking about?
American.
Are you asking about?
After about sir?
No, abuse. But I'm
Abuse.
saying that then you said, why do American people take pills? But then you said also depression and also Thai people taking pills. So there's many questions there.
No, I mean American like to use pills.
Not puke.
Pills.
You mean like in a movie people are taking a lot of pills?
When they depressed or sad, they like
You mean like in some movies someone is feeling bad and they have a lot of pills?
Yes.
Okay, well maybe some of those are not from a doctor. If you watch some movies and you see, someone taking pills and like this, probably it's not from a doctor. Probably they're using it like drugs.
They can buy by yourself.
They can buy from someone on the street, like drugs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Many people now have trouble with pain medication, painkillers. That's the most common because I'm not a doctor, but anyway, I think that those pills are similar to opium.
Opium? I don't know opium.
I don't know. I don't think we can.
Similar.
I don't know what it is in Thai, but the one that people smoke that comes from a flower.
No.
It's probably similar to the English word because that word is common in the whole world. So opium or something, probably in Thai. It's very similar to that word, probably.
Like cigarette.
I don't know what they smoke it in, but it's some type of something black, I think,
Flower.
from the poppy plant.
I know, anyway, I will find. I don't know.
Well, if you're going to
Old
ask a
people?
question,
Old people like to smoke.
I don't think it has anything to do with old people. Opium.
Oh, fin. Not same thing. Fin. Like had flower.
Yeah, exactly.
Ball. Look like ball.
Yeah, exactly. So the painkillers, I think, are some
The
chemical version of that.
Soldier in the past like to use when they get hurt. Fin can help them from the war.
Probably. I think that's morphine, though. But I think maybe it's the same thing. I'm not sure. I don't know any of these things. You have to ask someone who is professional with these types of things. But anyway,
This is enough.
so the movie, your question was, why are people
Yes.
pouring pills?
And take
Probably
a
those
lot.
pills are not from a doctor. They're probably, like a drug. Someone's buying them on the street.
Because many than other people eat. Probably we take just one or two, right? But in the movie they like to.
Right. And those are probably painkillers. Sometimes people try to kill themselves by taking sleeping pills. They take too many. But other than that, I don't think anyone would take a lot of pills for if they had trouble with their heart. Many people have medication for like high blood pressure, if their heart, is too slow or too fast or whatever, or if they have too much salt or too much sugar in their body or whatever. There's different medications for that. But you're not going to, I don't think you feel anything by taking more. If you have a heart problem, eating a lot of pills is not going to do anything for that. The only pills that those people are taking are painkillers. I think that's what I would guess, because probably if you took a lot of painkillers, you would feel the same as if you were doing opium.
Okay.
Right. So anyway, all those pills are probably painkillers, but you should ask someone who's a professional
I think I know enough.
About that.
It's good.
But anyway, those are very common in the United States now because people think that they're not as dangerous as doing other drugs from the street. So instead of like getting needles or something,
Heroin.
right, heroin or something, people think, okay, well, if I eat painkillers, then probably it's not as dangerous, they think, as doing those. So they've become very popular and a real problem for a lot of people. In Hawaii, I don't remember anyone having trouble with painkillers, but we have a big problem in Hawaii with ice.
Ice.
Yeah,
It's drug.
which is called crystal meth, but in Hawaii it's called ice.
You have a lot of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems with
Because
ice in
easy
Hawaii.
to sell there.
I don't know why it's popular. People choose different things and they become popular in different areas, but in Hawaii, for some reason, that became very common, and it caused a lot of trouble. People look very sick. You can see very quickly when someone is on ice. They look they look horrible. They look like a ghost.
Like that the guy in the boat in the movie we watched.
Yeah, well, yeah, like that, but
The
even worse than that.
Boss criminal,
Yeah, exactly.
small guy.
Worse than that.
Worse than that.
Yeah, worse than that. He looked good compared to Ice.
Really, he big like panda,
Right, but remember
And-
in that movie that was cocaine.
white.
So he probably was supposed to be like a cocaine addict.
Who you see they used I look like.
Oh, they showed pictures all the time on TV of people who were arrested or people who were sick.
Zombie.
Yeah, and they looked horrible. I mean, it was disgusting. Now, some people might say, well, hey, John, that's just the police trying to scare you. That could be true. Maybe like, I don't have any experience, but maybe the police, made them look really ugly and then showed them like, hey, hey, kids, don't do this. But
Like
I don't think so.
in on box cigarette.
Right, exactly. Maybe they made it look worse than it was, but I doubt it. I think it looked it's like their bones. Like you can see their cheekbones and their eyes. Like I don't think you can put makeup on someone to make them look like that. It looked horrible. Anyway, so we wasted 17 minutes talking about drugs, and I don't know anything about it. So
But
that's
everyone
not a good-
had to. Yeah, I had to learn when I was in high school, but I forgot. My teacher showed me picture who used weed look like this, heroin look like this, cocaine look like this.
Right.
But most everyone look very terrible.
I don't remember in school anyone.
In Thailand.
Right. In my school, though, I don't remember anyone showing pictures of drug problems. Most people.
15, probably 15 years old.
No, where I didn't grow up in the really, really poor places. I mean, I lived in a trailer that was very poor, but there was no
Yeah,
drugs.
not long time.
It wasn't in a bad neighborhood though. It was poor and it was bad, but it wasn't dangerous bad. It wasn't in cities or in like you'll see in 8 Mile. It's not like that. So there were no drugs when I was a kid in any of the places that I lived. So I never had any of those problems because I never saw it when I was growing up. We didn't, we were poor. We didn't have anything to eat, but there were no drugs.
If ice or something you told me, I think it's expensive. In Thailand, most people use someone when police catch caught. Usually they will richer.
Rich. Okay. No, I don't think drugs are rich people in the United States. Cocaine, like in that movie, is in the United States is considered a rich people's drug. Drug for rich people, cocaine. But ice and heroin or things like that, I don't think are considered, for dirty cities and really low class. Cocaine is sometimes considered, rich people.
Cocaine and coke, same thing.
I think so, yeah.
But
Yes.
Just name, not same.
I think they just shorten it. Yeah. I do remember, though, that there was a funny YouTube. You can look it up, probably. There's a guy, and he put a case of Coca-Cola in his trunk, and then he went to a policeman. He said, I have coke in the trunk, and then the police were like, what? He's like, I have a whole case of coke in my trunk, and then they said, okay, get out of the car. Yeah, just get out of the car, and he's like laying down, and then the police open it up, and he's like, oh, it's just Coca-Cola. But probably you might get fined for doing that. Wasting police's time like that is not a good idea. I don't think they'll arrest you, but you might get fined for wasting their time, definitely. Or if there's danger. I saw another one when one guy he put on a mask, and his friends put on masks, and then he went around town and he said, "Where's the bank?" And the police almost shot them. That's a little bit too dangerous.
Most YouTubers, they crazy from another country. They like to do.
But not as bad as Jackass, right? Remember?
Yes, not bad like that.
That was really crazy. Even today, usually things get worse, over time. Like, for example, when I was a kid, I used to listen to a band called The Offspring.
Band.
All right.
สินค้า product.
Yeah.
Name.
Band. All right. No. A band. It was called The Offspring. And in the songs, they would sing like, oh, I want a beer or something. It wasn't really bad. And my mom, she saw it one day and she's like, oh, let me see what you're listening to. And in the lyrics, it was like, I want to wake up and have a beer. And my mom was like, oh my God.
Your mom was like?
Yeah, no, she was like, oh my God, it's so bad. But today, I see some songs that kids are listening to, and they're like, murder, suicide, and like, drug, kill people. It's like, if my mom heard that,
Right.
compared to what I was listening to, things are way worse. But Jackass, I think, even though it's like 20 years old now, is still really crazy compared to people these days.
Yeah,
Show how bad it really was. Okay, anyway, any other questions about drinking or drugs? Not that I'm not very good at those things.
No.
Honestly, I would say if I did, but I haven't done any drugs. Because it never really was interesting to me. I never thought, I didn't grow up.
We should know to protect yourself.
Sifty's saying you try heroin to protect yourself?
No. I mean,
what are
you
you saying?
should have knowledge.
Knowledge?
Knowledge.
So you're saying, okay, let's try heroin to get knowledge? Wait.
You know this danger, this is not good or something.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm going to show you. There's a great video of a comedian. His name is Ali G. And in this one video, he has all these drugs on a table, and he brings the police guy who's a specialist in drugs, and he's like asking him questions, but he's a comedian, and the policeman doesn't know, and so he's saying funny things. He's like, so which one do you think is the best?
It's the best.
He's like, which one would you recommend for our?
Ask the police.
Yeah, and the policeman's like, what? He's like, no, these are horrible. That was good. Any other questions about
No.
Drug use? Drug use. Nowadays, marijuana is becoming legal in the United States, and actually, in some states, it became legal before other states. Now I think there's a lot of states that legalized ganja or marijuana. Ganja, people say in Bob
Thailand.
Marley. Ganja is, people usually say that in Jamaica. Like Bob Marley, they say ganja. But in America, they say marijuana or weed or dope. But anyway, it has become legal now in many states.
Thailand we call like first place กัญชา
Right. You like Jamaica. Right. I'm not sure in Hawaii. I don't know if it has become legal there or not because I've been gone for a while. But it might be legal in Hawaii also. Many people smoked weed in Hawaii.
I saw someone use it. They look like slowly.
Not slowly.
Lazy people.
They looked
slow.
They looked lazy.
Yes.
Yeah, you could say they looked lazy.
Why they use?
I think that I have many friends that.
But they
that
say if you help, you're happy. And my friend worked in hospital. They said sometimes doctor used weed to help people sick
people.
Sick people.
Yes, right. Before marijuana became legal, they had medical marijuana. And if someone had cancer or certain diseases that made them feel sick or hurt, they would be able to get a card and they would say, I need to be able to have marijuana so that I can feel better. But to get those cards, you had to have a real disease. But when I was about 18 or 19, before ganja became legal, I remember I used to see on TV, people would say, hey, we got to get one of those marijuana cards. People at that time wanted to find a doctor and pay them to get one of those cards.
That is not right.
Right. But anyway, that was I saw that on TV a lot when I was about 18. But nowadays it's become legal. So people, they don't need to do that anymore. But I do remember that being very, very common about 15 years ago.
Right now people try to have personal card to get alcohol.
ID card?
ID card.
You mean a fake ID card or a real ID card?
Fake ID card.
Okay.
ID card. Teen, white teen, 18, but they had to 18 or 20. But usually right now, children, no, teen, like to drink alcohol before they get 18.
I think in Thailand it would be easier for a kid to get alcohol than in the United States.
Yes.
In the United States it's very hard. You can see like in Superbad how difficult it was for those kids to go to the store. And when I was a kid, I wasn't interested, but I couldn't have gotten alcohol. No way. It would have been really, really difficult.
When you was young, you tried to drink?
No. When
Someone give you?
No. My mom, when I was a kid, would let me drink a little bit of wine sometimes.
Why? Delicious.
Right. But not beer. My dad used to drink beer all the time. So I wasn't interested because he was a drunk.
He fat?
No, he wasn't fat, but he was drunk all the time.
Oh.
Did I tell you a story about when Dad was drunk? About when he made me the bow and arrow?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good. Anyway, exactly. He would get drunk all the time.
Bad, and then he won some beer or something.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. He was always drunk, but he never hit me or anything. He wasn't mean.
Drunk people
He was just
bad.
No. In the United States, many dads, if you watch movies, you'll see there's a lot of dads that are drunk that beat their kids and their wife. Is very common in many movies to see that.
That is real wrong.
Yeah. But my dad wasn't like that. He wasn't very big either because he drank a lot, so he was
Usually
skinny.
people drink beer will be bad, will be fat.
In the beginning, but not once they become an alcoholic.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe in the beginning you get like a fat stomach or something, but if you keep drinking for 40 years, like my dad, you get thin and skinny, and you can start to see their face.
And lying.
It starts to look like they don't
Die.
like there's no fat. It's just bones and skin.
It had
Yeah.
to happen with me because I have big cheek.
Well, what happens to those people is their eyes go in, and you look there. You get this bone looks like it's out here, and your eyes are sunken. We say looks like your eyes are really
Like
too
roast.
far back in your head. Okay. Anyway, other drug problems in Thailand. I see sometimes if I see the news, I see people usually in front of
Yeah, because
a big pile of something,
Police
and
like
they
to
have
take-
like a mask on or
take the
something.
picture.
I've never seen anything like that in the United States. They don't usually make people take pictures in front of anything.
Yeah, we shouldn't do. But in Thai, they think it's like they smart, they handsome. They're
No.
proud of thing they can do. Proud.
Oh, right.
I
No,
mean,
no. I think they're trying to show you that it's shameful and you shouldn't do it.
yes,
right?
because every student in Thailand had to learn in high school about drugs.
What did they tell you?
They show what type of drug
Type.
type.
Okay.
Type.
Was there like a professional person
No,
who came
teacher.
to talk with you, or just the teacher
Or
said, "Hey"?
sometimes the teacher asked people asked
Oh, right.
people they had knowledge. Well,
All right.
like
Was it like
police-
someone from the street, like, "Hey, kids, like,
No.
like here's my
police-
friend." Oh, okay.
Police or someone used drugs before, and
Okay.
then they
And still now, probably, right?
Stop.
They needed money
Stop.
to occupy. Okay.
รักษา went to doctor and helped what you call when drugger
Drug addict.
drug addict.
Right. Did you have any friends that had trouble with drugs?
Many friends.
And what happened? Did they tell you, they say, "Hey, Sipti, you gotta try. You gotta give it a try. It's gonna be great."
I know you don't look good.
Oh, okay. They did drugs before they met you, and then they were like,
Yes.
they were like, "Hey, Sipti, like, you gotta try it."
Because they still young.
Okay.
It's hard to see someone use or not, but when we spend time together, we will know because act them when they
The way
do,
they act.
yes, is not same other people like a little bit crazy. If so bad, will like crazy. Sometimes they want to jump from window, third, fourth, like that.
Why did they say that they did it? Why did they say they did it?
Someone because
Not someone, some people.
some people they use because the way they work their work or their social their group
Their friends.
usually they use because group or work what they do. Some people do work at bar or something like that.
And then they start doing drugs.
Yes, and sometimes like in you told me, drug a lot on table. That is good.
What kind of drugs are they? Is it
I don't know.
marijuana? Is it ganja?
Ganja is not bad. I saw many friends use. They use just for relax. Not bad for other. Not bad for. Yes, bad for body. Someone look too old a little bit. But other thing not bad. But other drugs too bad like ice, other things like heroin, cocaine.
Are those things popular in Thailand?
Popular is cocaine, ice. Usually Thai people like to use weed. they like weed because Thai people don't want to make yourself angry or angry to other people. They like to and so
I've never seen
and
any.
lazy.
I've never heard or seen of anyone in Thailand doing
Because
any drug. Well, maybe I've heard of.
they like to
I've heard stories.
hide themselves.
Hide.
Hide.
But I've never seen anyone smoking marijuana. Maybe in
Can-
Phuket. In Phuket,
It's dangerous.
I think I smelled some people on the street.
Yes.
But-
Because smell different. Not same cigarette.
Right. It has a
But
very
it's
different smell.
dangerous in Thailand because if the police catch you, you had to stay in jail for a long time. And
How long do they have to stay if they're smoking marijuana?
I think many years, but very dangerous in Thailand.
Right.
And not good. You have to pay a lot. That's
Well,
why
you-
they like to
Get killed in jail.
hide. Hiding.
Right. Do you think that marijuana will be legal in Thailand someday, like in the United States?
Everyone try to fight to have legal.
Do you think that it will be?
Most Thai people, yes.
What do you think? Should it be?
I think gansha not bad and can help about doctor
Not about.
in แพทย์ doctor เหรอการแพทย์ no
Hospital?
hospital
I don't think they smoke in the hospital. I've
no
never
they
heard of
don't
that.
smoke but they is something put in
Oh, in the brownies or something? In the cookies?
yeah probably
Oh, okay. In many movies in the United States, you see people put them,
cookie and brownie
put into treats. I've never had any of those. I'm not really that interested. My cousins and friends sometimes talked about it, but I don't know. Not really that interested.
many type of my friends and I saw many things I think we're not bad it's okay if you have to shoot what you want to use I think it's not bad
Right, that's true, compared to other things.
yes
But that's like saying, hey, should we use a big knife and cut your hand or a small knife, right? I mean, it doesn't mean it's good just because it's not as bad. But I think a lot of people, they have trouble with drinking because they get a hangover.
oh yes
And I think that people who smoke marijuana, they don't get a hangover. So some people
And
really get sick
that's why
and they don't like to drink.
People use gansha they don't want to drink anymore usually they don't like to drink whiskey or something just sometimes beer if they can shoot they shoot beer
How do you know? Your friends tell you?
Most of my
They say, hey, Sipti, I smoke marijuana. I don't want to drink anymore.
yes
I've never heard anyone say that.
I asked my friend
Oh, okay.
and they said I don't know about
Like, hey, Sipti, you
your
gotta try
country
it.
but in
Oh.
Thailand Thai my friend from another country they didn't worry when they use and they can tequila or whiskey they don't worry but in Thailand most of my friends they said they don't want to drink whiskey drink
And Sipti's like, I'll drink. Don't worry.
anymore then I can
Okay,
drink
I'll drink instead. Right. I went to Pai one time, and there was an old lady, and she said, "You want ganja?" I said, "No," but she said the word very well, so she must have been practicing.
in Thailand we call gansha
Right. But I have seen many TV shows also about people trying to smuggle drugs to Thailand. And when they got caught, they started crying because they were going to get in a lot of trouble.
yes it's dangerous
Yeah, like in Singapore. I think my mom was on a plane to Singapore, and they had a card. I think it was Singapore, I'm not sure, but maybe not Singapore, but some country in this area.
Malaysia
Could have been
Singapore.
Malaysia. And it said, like, if you bring drugs, you'll be murdered. You'll be executed, like killed. And that's rough.
dangerous.
In the United States, it's not that
depend on law เหรอ
right. The laws in Asia are much higher for drugs.
Yes.
Because
even drink or smoking.
I don't think drinking.
No, I mean culture วัฒนธรรม in Thai culture in Thailand. My mom said you shouldn't drink, you shouldn't smoking.
You shouldn't smoke.
You shouldn't smoke, but right now you over 20 years old.
So go ahead.
No.
Oh, no, okay.
If you have problem with police about you drunk, probably I will help you. But if about you smoking or drugs, I will let you.
They'll kill you. I'll come get you.
Just stay in the jail.
Right.
I won't help
Leave you there
Yes.
to rot.
She said she don't want
She
me
doesn't
want me to.
eat goldfish
Yes, she
anymore.
don't. I don't want to.
Doesn't
want me to use drugs.
Did she tell you that she did drugs before?
She didn't.
Oh, okay.
My mom's very clean. She don't smoke. She don't drink. She don't everything.
She
didn't.
she
Doesn't. Wasn't. No. Never
did
did.
anything. She doesn't even drink wine.
Yeah, one time I wanted her to drink with me, but she can't sleep all the night. She said, "Oh, my head."
You bought some wine for her? What kind of wine? Did you say white wine?
No,
Maybe she
red.
thought you were saying Wi-Fi.
No.
And she
Wi-Fi.
thought you were gonna play like a game or
No, we
something.
can bought by myself. We can bought.
No.
We can buy. We could.
No. We bought.
We bought by the store.
We bought
One wine, red wine,
one what?
bottle,
Yeah. Of.
red wine.
Okay.
She drank just a little. She drank just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay, and you drank the rest.
I didn't all.
No, so your mom had one.
She said, I don't want anymore.
Oh, okay. What did you tell her? You're like, hey, mom, let's drink. It's gonna be fun.
In that time, I a little bit depressed.
Depressed. Oh, right.
And she.
Because of the goldfish?
She pity me. Pity.
She
was pity on me. สงสารนะ She wanted to make me feel better.
Okay.
That place, I have no friend there.
That place? What place?
My mom's house.
So,
At my mom's house, I don't have my friend. Didn't have any friend. Any friends.
Right. Or any stairs, right? Just a ladder.
Ladder? What mean ladder?
Ladder.
Oh, yes. But I want to drink with ladder.
Well, you don't need the ladder to drink. I'm just saying you don't have any friends or stairs at that place. And what if you told your mom, you're like, hey, mom, so I'm going to the United States. I'm going to start smoking marijuana. What would she say?
Oh, she would kill me.
She'd kill you, not going to let you go? What if you went to the United States, to California, and then you came back and you're like, hey, mom, I smoked marijuana there because it's legal. What would she say?
She will yelling me.
She'd kill you? She's like, don't come talk with me anymore?
Don't
come up my ladder.
Get out from my house.
Don't go up my ladder anymore. Do you think you could convince her to have another bottle of wine? Be like, hey, mom, let's have another bottle of wine.
My mom
Yeah.
drink all of.
No, the next time. Do you think you could convince her to try another glass of wine?
I think I can.
How much will she have more this time?
Probably
One cup?
glass cup.
All her life, she never even had any wine?
When she was young, before she married with my dad, and when they stayed together, before she drank,
Oh,
and she smoked also. smoked
Oh, right.
also.
Oh, okay.
But
But not
she's-
when you were a kid?
I still know she born. She didn't. I
Keep
don't know.
trying.
Not have me. Don't have
Before I was born.
before I was born.
Okay. But I'm saying when you were a kid, did you see your mom and dad smoking?
My mom no.
And your dad?
All the time. No. My dad always.
Drinking and smoking or just drinking?
Yes, but he decided to stop smoking. Stop smoking when he 30
When he...
was 38
Hmm.
or 30 or 40.
How old were you?
My dad 2005 and 06 probably I just low
Young.
young very young 8 9.
Do you remember seeing him smoking or drinking?
I remember and I tried too much to find some vegetable some old guys told me it's
What old guy?
I saw he sell
Not he.
that guy the old
Him.
guy him
Selling
selling some
vegetable.
vegetable he said can help
It can.
it can help someone who want to stop smoking
Okay.
and I have my money I went there and I bought for my I went there and I buy for my dad bought for my dad a lot 500 baht
Okay. And then you brought it back and he said, Sibti, these are just oranges. Like they don't
No.
they don't stop smoking.
it can help but you should put in hot water
Okay.
like cha like when you drink cha
Do you think it would help?
it can help but because it won't help because my dad don't drink
You didn't eat it?
yes he said he will stop for me he will stop smoking for me oh he spent for
Not spent for.
he took for
No, he
use
No. He
spend 5 or 7 no 6 or 7 years to stop smoking
My dad, if I said, "Hey, Dad, will you stop smoking for me?" He'd say he would have laughed, probably threw a beer bottle. No way.
because I
think so.
cry I was crying
That's why I didn't start smoking or drinking because my dad was really he never had any money. Like I told you, like he had like an old broken boat behind the house that he said he was going to fix. He never had any money. His car was so horrible. And after my mom left, I remember he had like a couple girlfriends that were so ugly. They looked like from Jabba the Hutt's palace.
what a heart
Like just really
it's
Yeah, really,
too thin too fat
well, like some of them look like Jabba the Hutt, but
Jabba Hutt is too thin
or that little remember
thin
that
small animal
yeah remember the
Yeah.
little one that sits next to his tail and
look like
like that also.
long neck
Yeah, like that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I never had a good vision of people drinking or smoking. Like I never thought like, wow, those people are cool. Like I just remembered my dad, and I thought it doesn't seem good. And also, there's never anyone who tells you like, oh man, yesterday I was drinking and things were great. People always say like, oh, I was drinking, I made a mistake, right? No one ever says, oh wow, I was drinking, everything
But-
went great.
I think one good thing from when people drink is make them happy
Yeah, that's true, while they're drunk,
yes
for a little
but
bit of time.
something yes sometimes you don't do something when you're drunk because you think a lot and you didn't decide you can't decide to do because you
Right.
think you should.
Right, because that's your brain being smart,
Yes, but
helping you
someone
not to make a mistake.
someone because that they hide many things inside and they didn't let it go. They
Let
it
them
them
out.
out.
So you're recommending people who...
No.
Oh, no, okay.
No.
Oh, no, okay.
But just a little bit is good.
But what about like kids though? Like if someday marijuana is legal, do you think they should make all drugs legal or just marijuana?
I think just marijuana, but should fix for hospital for people sick or for something. We
Oh, you
should
mean like the
fix-
medical marijuana in the United States, not just for anyone. Like in
Yes.
America now, you can grow plants if you want.
I don't know.
Should that be allowed?
I saw in Thailand when the police catch someone grow weed. Right now he's still in jail.
Right. What I'm saying,
But I
not
think
now.
he not look bad. I think probably should, but it's dangerous for children.
Children. Okay. No D, no S.
Children.
Okay.
It's
That's all?
dangerous.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
is that the end of the sentence? I was expecting a story.
It's dangerous.
Oh, okay.
If we have to use, we should to fix.
If we have to use, what does that mean?
If we want.
I can imagine you wake up in the morning and your friend's like, "Hey, Sip, do you have to drink? Like, well, why do you have to use it? What do you mean have to use?
I mean, if someone sick, it's
Oh.
good for them.
Okay.
But if normal, simple people shouldn't use.
So you're saying even if marijuana is legal in the United States, in China, in Japan, in Korea, Thailand, no. Do you think it's just like what other countries decide, or what?
Or we
Because
should.
nowadays, because like when I was a kid, probably like you said, there were people who got arrested for smoking marijuana, and probably they're still in jail, even though it's legal. Like the law doesn't. We say it's not retroactive. So if there are people now in the United States who were arrested for doing marijuana, but it's legal. So their friends are smoking, but they were arrested. So it doesn't. The past doesn't change. But I'm saying in the future, do you think that Thailand should legalize?
I think one
marijuana?
thing don't want people use weed or other drugs because most people can't control yourself when they
Not
use
your.
themselves.
Selves. Okay.
It's dangerous.
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 Okay. Like the Blair Witch.
More
More
than-
dangerous than the Blair Witch.
Yes, if they can control.
But how do you know? Like, do you like in the future?
I saw many white
But I'm
friends.
saying, like, how do you know if they can control themselves or not? Like, are you imagining you go to the marijuana store like in 50 years, right? You go to the marijuana store and they say, okay, can you control yourself? Okay, you can get it. No, you can't control it. Like, will there be a test?
That's
How do
why.
people know if they can? What if people drink? Like, my dad couldn't control himself, and he was drinking.
Drinking not bad, like other things.
You think that alcohol is worse than is not as bad as marijuana? You think marijuana is worse than alcohol?
No, not same thing.
Like Bob Marley.
Depend
people
on
in Jamaica-
who drink or who use gansha. We can't tell other people alcohol better than weed. No. We
What
don't
do you
know.
think?
For me, I use alcohol.
But I'm saying, do you think that alcohol is better than weed?
for me because
Not for you. I'm just saying like for danger.
Danger.
For how bad it is.
everything can danger if
Right.
people drink
So
alcohol
which
a lot.
one's worse? Are they the same? Which one's worse?
Both of them if you use a lot not
Okay.
good.
So then what's the problem with allowing them both then? If they're both bad, then why not allow them?
If a little bit is good,
Okay.
both of them.
So you say, okay, it's if you can drink just one shot, that's okay. You smoke one cigarette, that's okay. But more, no, that's
But for
sad.
me, I can't do that.
Right, you can't even stop drinking one beer. What are you gonna do? You can't even stop if they have one
But
beer.
for me, I protect myself. When I'm drunk, I don't drive car. I don't want to make other people hurt, and I don't
Right.
want myself hurt. You should.
And
think
that's
a
true
lot.
because Sipti has a huge bill for Grab. I've seen Sipti. Sipti is telling the truth. I always see Sipti.
You know what? I
on
don't
the-
have my salary at the end of this month.
on the
I have
Grab.
every month.
Probably she's like a gold member of Grab or something because
I just grab
yeah,
a
always
lot.
in Grab cars, saving. But that's good. You're protecting yourself and other people. That's good. Anyway, you skipped away from our question. Do you think that that marijuana should be legal in all the world
All the world.
or no? In Jamaica, people would say that it should be. You know, Bob Marley.
If don't think.
You watch gangster rap videos, aren't they
Yes.
always smoking marijuana?
But I think about children because when I went to.
Do you have any kids? Why are you
No, I
afraid
don't
of kids?
have. No.
Okay.
I saw some plagues. I've told you before, not Laos and another place.
Cambodia?
Cambodia. In Cambodia, everything freedom. Everything free.
That means you don't have to pay.
I mean freedom. You can smoke. Everyone can smoke, smoking or smoke weed every place, or use drugs. And children,
I can't imagine that they're legal, but maybe it's not enforced. Maybe the police don't
Yeah.
care.
And
But I
most-
don't think that drug use is legal in Cambodia.
I think it's
I don't think so. Probably
they pay for.
maybe you have to
Yeah,
you might
yeah,
have to pay
yeah.
or something, but
And I saw
I
many.
can't imagine it being
many
legal.
children there. Just a little bit.
Not a little bit.
ตัวเล็ก small
Try again.
small boys,
Young,
young boy.
but
boys.
no girls.
Girls, some
Oh, okay.
some
So you
girls,
kids then.
kids
Okay.
use smoking around.
Just in the streets.
Yes, walk.
I went to Cambodia. I never saw anything like that.
Really? But I
No.
saw every time I.
Where are you
done-
going? In Cambodia? It's
Near
a whole-
Thailand.
Oh, okay.
Immigration.
I didn't go there.
Immigration.
No, I went to Phnom Penh.
Oh, Phnom Penh is middle.
Yeah.
No, like Vientiane.
I got robbed.
Because most
I lost a
police
lot of
there.
money. Everyone has fake $100 bills. I don't know where they get them, but they have fake $100 bills, and they take your wallet and put the fake hundreds in there, and then you open your wallet and you think you still have your money, but then you get home or you try to use it and then
Someone
it's
did
fake.
you.
Yeah, so it's not easy to catch because like if you leave your wallet like in your room or something, or if you went somewhere and you left your bag for a second and then you pick it up,
Yes.
and usually people will check to make sure no one stole their money, and I did that also,
But you didn't
but
see
it was
inside.
fake. So then I don't know who took it. Because it took like 2 or 3 days, and
Yeah.
then I was like, oh wait, it's fake.
One time I left, I forgot things, many things in hotel, even big hotel, even though it's big hotel, I can't ask back,
I couldn't.
couldn't get back because
You mean someone came into your room
I don't.
in Cambodia?
No, I mean they don't care about you because
Who?
you.
Where? Who?
in Cambodia.
Okay. You mean you went to the
People
border?
there don't care.
So you walked around, there were kids doing drugs,
Not drug, but kids drink,
drinking.
drinking, smoking, but
Okay.
shouldn't,
Okay.
Just
And then you went to your
7 or
room.
8 years old.
You went to your room and someone stole something from you?
Someone can stop, but when you forgot a maid there, they don't let
When you forgot what?
thing my bag there. But
Not forgot, when I left.
I left,
Left.
not left.
It
I
needs to
checked
be
out
left.
and I forgot.
Okay. Fine. Okay.
And when I went back,
When
they don't talk about.
they...
They didn't tell anything.
No,
They didn't check for me, help me.
they didn't help me.
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
And if weed can use weed everywhere in the world,
Use with everywhere? No.
free law.
No.
I don't know.
Legal.
Legal.
Mhm.
Is dangerous for children or someone who can't stop or control yourself. They will use a lot, and it will have something bad will happen to them.
Right. But it's okay if they have goldfish.
No, if I can use, I use alcohol or weed, not goldfish.
Rather than goldfish. Why don't you eat the goldfish as you're talking about how good they are? You can,
How good?
You can finish the goldfish from the glass. So did they steal anything from you in Cambodia?
Everything in my bag.
Everything was gone.
Yeah.
What did you have in there?
No, but good luck because
You spent all the money drinking the day before.
money and
How much money did you lose?
no, I mean I keep money,
Oh.
passport, everything important I keep on my.
Not give.
I kept,
Okay.
Keep.
With the goldfish also?
but other things like
Other
other things like
Right.
headphone,
Headphones.
charging,
Charger.
another
Charger. Not charger.
charger, everything,
Everything
cream,
else.
everything else gone.
Anyway, you can see Sipti has increased the speed, and it's much harder to correct sentences like that. That's why we don't do this in the beginning. And that's why a lot of people had trouble when I taught them, because they wanted to start like Sipti is now. Everyone wants to, especially when people have been studying English for many years, they want to talk. They're excited to talk. And if you let them do that too early, then it's not possible for people to correct the sentences. Sipti now, because we played all those games before, which I have done thousands of times already, Sipti knows now a little bit which words might be a problem. So then you slow down a little bit sometimes when you get near those words, and then I can correct them. So it helps me, because Sipti she knows that she doesn't know 2 and 4. So you'll say something like, and then I was going for the house? No, to the house. So that's what's important, is to slow down at those dangerous areas in this medium time before you correct them yourself. After this, in a few months, hopefully you'll be able to correct yourself, and then it sounds more like this. You'll be like, and then I was going to the house, and it's a little pause only at the trouble areas, and then after that, it's just a matter of time before it sounds like regular speech. But we're still in the middle now. It should be another, at least 3
Today
months.
we didn't learn anything.
Well, this is what the show will be like for the rest of the time. We have more movies to watch and we have more games to play just because you can see it's still difficult when Sipti is describing complicated things. It's too fast and you don't know which words to use. Sometimes you don't know the vocabulary, but you're still excited to get to the next story, so it's too fast. And so we still need a little bit of help to get through this difficult stage. And so we're going to play these games which allow you to speak a little bit slower. But then eventually, like I used to do with other people, is just talk like this. But there's still two problems, because when you talk with someone, you have to be able to dance with them, right?
Dance.
It's like a dance. If you're talking with someone in a real conversation, they'll both help each other. But right now, it's not like that. I ask you a question, and if you like the question, then you talk really fast. I say, so, do you like cats? You're like, yeah, I really love cats. And then I was like, and then my cat was over here, and then I was like, and then I'm like, hey, what do you think we should do about too many cats? I don't know. When I talk with my friends or English people, they will help me to continue the conversation. It's not just no, I don't know. If they don't like what I'm talking about, then they'll change the subject. So if I talked with my friend one day and I was like, hey, do you like cats? And he's like, yesterday I was going with my friend to this movie and I met this crazy person on the street. He'll change the subject, or she'll change the subject to talk about something that they want to talk about. They're not going to just say no. But when people are learning, they just say no. And
Because it's hard to tell.
That makes conversation really difficult. It's like and so I have a lot of experience suffering through those days. And I know how to fix it. And fixing it is starting like we did. And then when you slowly get up to ready to talk, then you have content to talk about. You have vocabulary that you know how to use. You know how to build the sentences correctly. You know how to listen for when I'm correcting you, and then we can play the game correctly. Anyway,
Okay.
any questions?
No.
Thanks so much. If you want to steal Sipti's money,
I don't have. You can come.
just make sure you see her back and take the charger and the money in there, passport, and then you can drink your beer if you're a kid in Cambodia. Drink your beer and run away. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
ขอบคุณค่ะ